well. If you're new around here, then hello, it's lovely to meet you. And if you're returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is ALANNA and I'm a 35-year-old lady with false teeth. I thought I would get through the intro. But I can't help myself because I can't talk properly with these in and I'm like, la 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 la. I am a 35-year-old woman who predominantly on this channel usually talks about hair care, beauty, skincare, lifestyle, travel-y, vloggery bullshit, which is very difficult to say in with these teeth because I am really hoping that this video goes up on Halloween and this is my October roundup. If you haven't been here before, I do like sweary words on this channel and I love saying things like fuck, shite and bugger. If that is not your cup of tea, I completely understand. Please feel free to move along. But if it does sound like your cup of tea and you think by this intro, this sounds like somebody I would like to talk to, there's a subscription button in the corner. So as I said, this is normally a channel that does lifestyle, beauty, skincare, hair care shit with a liberal sprinkling of sarcasm, cynicism and truth thrown in on top. If that sounds like your cup of tea, go make yourself a cup of tea or a cup of blood, whatever it is the fuck you want, and let's just get into this. Hi, so yes, I do have false fangs in to kid on like I'm a vampire. These are the slightly longer ones. There was 4 sizes. I think 13mm, 15, 17 and Jesus, what's the biggest one? 19. So if you, I've got the second size on and I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling to talk these in. I don't see these lasting too long, but seeing as this is the October roundup and it is Halloween as I put this video up to you today, I hope you're all having a lovely time. I hope that you all got a really good party to go to if you haven't already been to one at the weekend. I obviously have not, because if you aren't here normally, I actually have a baby. I have a 7-month-old son. He's 7 months now this month. So going out for the Halloween party is not an option this year, but come on, I needed to put on my fake fangs. I'm a little goth at heart. I love it. So here we are, talking to you a little bit like this. I wonder if I'm going to be able to drink my coffee like this. Okay, that's awkward. So if you were to actually wear these to a Halloween party, how are you getting drunk? A straw. A straw, there's your answer. Anyway, so as you know, at the end of each month I give you a little roundup of the things that I've been using throughout the month, things that I spoke about at the start of the month that have been what's new, etc. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to start off with some skincare and then we'll go into a little bit of makeup and stuff like that as well. There's not actually too much to talk about because I feel like I've done a few videos recently and they're a lot more in-depth reviews of some of the products, so I will put stuff up in the corner to link you to them. Skincare, let's get into that. So first of all, I want to just give a little shout out to this from Versed. I have spoke about it before. It is their Baby Cheeks all-in-one hydrating milk with coconut water and bamboo extract. I have made a fair dent in this now. It's actually way down here now. And initially when I was talking about this product along with another product, I think it was from GLOWHUB, that had this kind of a top on it, I was like, you know what, the product itself is really good but I hate the packaging. This goes everywhere. Someone messaged me and they were like, by the way, and I've actually now realised how to use this appropriately without it going everywhere. And with that being said, I now think this is a really, really beautiful product and I really enjoy it. So I don't even have a cotton bud to hand to show you. But I use reusable cotton buds which sometimes don't instantly soak up the way that a normal cotton bud would, right? Or cotton pad, I should say, cotton pad. So that can cause a little bit of issue. So that aside, if you're just using normal cotton wool pads, this shouldn't really happen. If you put your finger in the middle, imagine there's a cotton wool pad underneath me, right? And you put it down and you push, your finger is basically squirting out whatever's coming out, and it does, it goes everywhere. It goes absolutely everywhere. If you use your cotton pad and press down on the outsides of this packaging, then the bit squishes onto the pad without it going everywhere and it soaks in very nicely. I'm just a fool. I didn't really realise that I was using the packaging wrong. Absolutely my fault. So I am back on the train with this one and I do think it's actually a really nice product. It's a hydrating milk. It says it's a makeup remover as well, I'm sure, does it? Do-all toner, cleanser and makeup remover. I would dispute that, but I think as a toner it's really, really nice. I've got combination to dry skin and I'm enjoying it. I also spoke about Curel last month. Oh, I've got another Curel item here. And I had tried the mini travel size version. I took it on holiday with me. I really enjoyed it. So this toner here is from the travel size versions. I think it's very nice. But I loved the moisturiser so much that I went and picked it up in a full size. It is beautiful, beautiful moisturiser. It is a very thick moisturiser, so if you're not someone who's into a very thick, heavy moisturising cream, this might not be for you. But I've been using this during the day. I don't feel it's so thick and heavy that I need to use it at night, but as I've already said, I am combination leaning on dry skin, and at this time of year I think this is absolutely beautiful. I also picked up this from them, which is the Moisture Repair Eye Cream. It's still in the box actually, but I have been using it kind of day to day. What I'm going to say about this is even thicker than this. It's a super duper thick eye cream, and the thing that I really noticed was this is like 25 mils, is it? 25 grams? It's so thick. I can't even, like, there it is in the jar. Like, that would never come out. Never in a million years. Like, it's like a meringue. It's stuck to the bottom of it. And for 25 grams, I feel compared to other eye creams that are out at the moment, whether it's budget brands or very high-end products, this is incredibly affordable for the price of it. I actually got them on a deal at the time when I bought it, but honest to God, I'm going to say this is incredibly lovely eye cream and very, very good value for money for the amount you're getting in it, because you do not need a lot of this under your eye, I can assure you of that. Also, I'm going to talk about this from Dermatica. This is their Azelaic Acid 20% cream. I am an affiliate with Dermatica, so I need to let you know that. I do have a code with them. I have a separate code for this actually, as opposed to the normal kind of skincare treatment thing. So all the codes will be listed down below or on the screen somewhere at the moment. Now, I've been using this only since the start of October. The treatment I've been using since the 19th of September or something like that. Whereas this I've only been using since the start of October. Now, I've never really been a big azelaic acid person. I never really thought about it before, never gave it much thought. I've explained all of that in my videos about Dermatica, so I'm going to link them up here in the corner and you can go and check them out. Essentially what azelaic acid does, I think I mentioned it in my last roundup video, it helps with pigmentation, it's an antimicrobial, it stops kind of breakouts and helps with that hyperpigmentation that occurs after breakouts as well. Sorry, I feel like I got really bleached out there and I don't know if it's just because I was looking particularly vampire-y, but I've turned down my little light, it's just got a little brighter here for some reason. So, speak about this again. I am not going to say like yay or nay on this product yet, but what I will say about, since I've been using Dermatica, I mentioned it in the video, I do feel the tone of my skin is much nicer since I've started using it. But I'm going to keep you posted on this one. I think it's a little too early to just say straight away whether this is amazing stuff or whether I would try something else. So I'm going to keep using this and get back to you about it. But it is something that I've been using throughout the month of October. And I have to say as well that it's not a faff. Sometimes when you add something new into your skincare, it's a little bit like, right, where am I slotting this in? It's a very straightforward thing. I come out the shower, straightforward, I've got like fucking 8-step skincare routine in the morning. But once I've done a little bit of serum or what have you and let that sink in, I then go on with this and then go on with a moisturiser. And if you're someone who doesn't use a serum or what have you, then you would just use this and follow up with your moisturiser. And I found it slotted into my, I found that it slotted into my skincare routine really easily. This isn't distracting at all, is it? I'm actually surprised they've lasted as long as they have so far. Right, okay. So, oh, and one last skincare item. I forgot about this. I got this in PR. This is from REN. REN are a skincare brand that I have used before and I've went back to before as well. I think they're quite a nice company. And this is their Evercam Overnight Recovery Balm for sensitive skin. Again, since using retinol again and using Dermatica, I wanted to have something that was like a really nice moisturiser at night. Now, I do have gorgeous moisturisers. Could I use the Curel one for my nighttime moisturiser? Absolutely. If you've got a nice thick and heavy moisturiser, that's fine. Just keep using that. But this one here is like a balm cleanser almost. Like, it's quite a thick product. And what you do is you take it out and you like rub it into the skin until it almost disappears. It's a little bit more like a sleep mask. So I've only been using this over the last week, but actually for days where I think like, oh, you know what, I'm getting a little bit more peeling with the retinol and stuff like that, and maybe I just want something a little extra moisturising or a little extra hug on my face at night, this has been really nice. I don't know if I will repurchase it once this one is used up. I did do a PR video that will be coming very soon. I think it will be up after this video though. So I do go into more detail about this product on that. So make sure you're subscribed so you can see that too. Okay, so moving on, we are still on kind of skincare here, but this is SPF. So I feel like we're in between. This is definitely skincare, but But I also want to chat about this in the case of how it goes under makeup, etc. This one I received in PR. This is from Fenty Skin and it is their Hydrovisor. I have spoke about Hydrovisor before on my channel. It will come as no shock to you that I think it's quite a nice product. This one here is from GLOWHUB and it is the Defend Yourself SPF of 30 Sunsilk UVA UVB Broad Spectrum Protection. Honestly, the length of names nowadays. Both of them I feel give a very similar effect on the skin. They give that dewy skin, that really plump, juicy, almost a little sweaty glow, but nice kind of youthful look to the skin, and I am really enjoying both of them. But both of them are SPF of 30. Now I have talked about both of these in the PR video as well, so as I say, make sure you're subscribed so that you can see that. But what I'm going to say is they are beautiful products. They're both really, really nice. I really enjoy them. I just wish they would release an option for SPF of 50 as well, because until they do that, it's never going to pip to the post my favourite Isntree one. I really, really enjoy these products and I really enjoy the Isntree one. They're all very much of a muchness. I love that really almost oily glow you get from them, but I know friends as well who use these products and the Isntree one who have oily skin who also enjoy them. So I think that they don't have to just be for somebody with dry skin. But I also think I just wish they had the SPF of 50 and then I would probably interchangeably buy all three. But will I rush to pick these ones up again? Not straight away, and that is the only reason why. Now makeup bases, let's talk about this. Again, one that I spoke about in my PR video is the Fenty Skin Pro Filter Soft Matte. Is that right? Yes. Long wear foundation. This is one that I got sent in PR and it's a matte foundation, and I know right now a lot of you will be thinking, Alanna, you hate matte. What are you talking about? Why are you talking about this product? But genuinely, I was pretty shocked about this. This leaves more of a satin finish, and for this time of year, I prefer that over a really, really dewy finish. I feel in the summer, I just want to look sweaty. All the time. I don't care how sweaty it is, and I know other people will be like, oh my god, put some powder on, but I love it. But at this time of year, I want to look a little bit more like poreless and finished without being matte and flat, and this does that. Again, I'm not going to go into too much explanation on here because that is coming up in the other video, but it is beautiful. This one I mentioned last month as well. It's from IT Cosmetics. It's the Your Skin But Better CC Cream. Again, not a new one here. I have used it over the years. I think it's a very nice product. And as I said in my last roundup video, or was it my What's New Wednesday? I can't remember exactly. I'll put whatever one it was up here. What I said was, because I haven't used this for kind of maybe 18 months to 2 years, I had totally forgot the reason why I thought it was absolutely beautiful. This is such a nice product. It's what I've got on my face today. And I just feel like it gives that airbrushed, poreless, almost flawless skin finish without making you look matte and flat again. But also, I just feel like this one is a little bit more moisturising and hydrating than others. It's I don't know, it's like Your Skin But Better, as it says. Oh, how cliche. I know that number 7 done one as well, and I think it was in their Protect and Perfect range. I'm going to put that product here because I did do a little bit of a versus, because they were both kind of claiming very similar things. It's got SPF of 50, it's got lots of skincare properties in it, and that's what the number 7 one was claiming as well. So I did do a little bit of a wear and compare with these, and I have to say the number 7 one pipped it to the post. The number 7 one, given that it's cheaper, is just as good. But this is a fucking lovely product. Like, I can't fault it. It's really, really nice. The only thing is, I feel number 7 have brought something out that almost does the exact same thing, but it is a little bit cheaper. But I do have a Look Fantastic code, and IT Cosmetics are available on Look Fantastic. So if you want to use my code to pick up anything over there, it'll be on the screen or linked down below somewhere. Now, I also have on today the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Bronzer. I wasn't expecting anything from this, I'm going to be honest with you. But again, with what I had said, it just seems to perfect the skin in a way I didn't even know I would like, if I'm honest with you. Maybe it's because I'm getting a little older. Maybe now I'm like, you know what, I want to look a little bit more airbrushed and fantastic than poreful and sweaty. I don't know. I feel like when I look dewy and sweaty, I look more youthful, and when I look poreless and like flawless, I look like I've got my life together. I'm sure I've mentioned that already. It's the weirdest thing, but it's true. And this is very, very nice bronzer. What I will say is it's not the most pigmented bronzer in the world, but if you're someone who feels like bronzer gets away with itself too quickly, then this is one that's nice and subtle and you can build it up really well. Is it going to be one of my favourite bronzers over others? I wouldn't say so, but what I would say is this one definitely gives that flawless finish that I didn't expect and didn't know that I needed, and now I'm kind of in love with. Alright, so let's talk cheeks. What I have been reaching for loads this month is kind of berry tones, obviously. Burnished kind of brick reds and oranges as well, obviously. So I have reached out some of the old favourites from Glossier. This is Storm, the cloud paint. It is what I've got on today, but I have topped it with a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk as well, and I think the two together are absolutely stunning. This here from Tower 28 as well, this is their Beach Please After Hours, and this one is a beautiful like wine berry tone. Oh, you can use this on the lips as well. It is so, so nice, and as far as cream products go, their cream blushers are insanely beautiful. So this one has been on my cheeks an awful lot. I also have been using the 17 blushes a lot. I actually have just picked up all of the 17 products in this bag here, and the reason for that being is I'm not going to go into heavy detail on the 17 stuff because I did a whole video, a full face of 17, telling you just how much I thought the products were absolutely beautiful. Not all of them, some of them I've been a little bit like, no, leave them in the shop. But a lot of them are absolutely fucking beautiful. I actually think, do you know what? At this point in time, with these vampy lips on, I'm going to put on the 17 Cream Lip, which I would say is more of a matte satin than like a sheeny lip. And this is in Purple Red. Wow. Look at that, especially with the fangs. Look at that. Oh my god, I love it. This is a stunning colour. It's so, so beautiful. It's so nice. And as it is rubbing into the lipstick on the bottom of the fangs, it looks like I've got blood on the bottom of the fangs too. It's perfection. It's very difficult to smack your lips together when you've got these on. You can't do that. It's impossible. So I'm going to just run a little bit of the lip liner from 17 as well. And this one is in the colour... I can't find the fucking colour. Am I being really stupid? It's on the lid. Yeah, being stupid. Red Berry. So again, beautiful for this time of year. Here we go. It's stunning. It's such a beautiful colour. I love it. And a lot of the other products from 17, I will rant and rave about them till the cows come home because I think they're so good. So please go over and check out that video because honestly, there are some absolutely beautiful products from 17. And actually, again, one of the bases that I never mentioned there at the start was this. And it's the Glow It's Everything CC Cream. Again, stunning. Very, very good. So, in other beauty, what have I been putting on my eyes, etc., stuff like that? The Glossier Monochromes. I knew I was gonna like these, I'm not gonna lie. I love Glossier, I love a lot of what they do, but I kind of expected these to be a little insipid. A lot of the other eyeshadow products that Glossier have brought out before have been insipid and a little bit like lackluster and not really done anything. I will be open and honest about that because it's a brand that I love, but you gotta say when things just aren't very good. And there was a lot of things from them like the Sky Washes and what have you that just aren't great. This, however, these eyeshadows, the colour I've got is Mesa. They are so pigmented. They are absolutely fucking stunning. Stunning. I can create a whole look with these three shadows. I can create a whole look with one of these shadows, and the versatility of having three shadows in the same colour blows my mind to the fact that I like it so much. I do quite like being a kind of one and done on the lid girl, especially on days when I've got to take Jack out somewhere, etc. and I need to have makeup on. Other days I just don't put makeup on, who cares? But when most of the time if I want to put like a nice eyeshadow look on, I love to have a palette with a lot of versatility to it. And you would think looking at this, no, that's not going to happen. It's three colours that are all the same and slightly different textures. But oh my god, these are stunning, absolutely stunning. Am I going to rush to buy other colours in this? I don't know. I'm not going to say no. What I might do is put a little list to Santa with another set of the colours on it because I feel like I don't need to, like, you know, Pokemon fucking collect them all. I don't feel the need to do that. This is definitely a colour that I will wear a lot of, these oranges. But they are so good that I want to try other colours to just see if that has been a fluke with these colours, because colours like purples and reds sometimes are quite difficult to achieve a nice smooth blend. And I want to see if they are the same in other colours. And there are neutral colours as well, like kind of taupes and things like that. I would like to try other colours, but I just don't feel the need to be rushing to buy any more at the moment. But if Santa was to bring me a few more, I'd be a lucky girl. And sticking with Glossier, let's talk about Wilder and the new shades from Glossier. Before I put on the number 17 lipstick there, the shade I had on was Punch from Glossier, and I think it is absolutely beautiful. It is a kind of berry tone, but it is a red. It looks particularly red in the camera as I'm looking at it, but it's definitely that kind of pinky berry tone as well, like maybe more of a rose colour, and it is absolutely beautiful. I love the sheer matte lips from Generation G and Glossier. I think they're really, really nice. If you're someone who just doesn't get that, just isn't into that kind of thing, then these are not going to be for you. If you're someone who looks at these and they're like, there's not enough colour here, then they aren't going to be for you. But for me, that kind of hint of a bitten lip, especially at this time of year, is stunning. And I have to say, I am really enjoying new shades from them. I got sent Punch, I got sent Malt and Fuzz. Punch and Fuzz are two of my favourites. Malt is probably one that I've not been reaching for as much, but it is a really deep brown colour, like a 90s cool toned brown almost, so it's one that I've just not felt suited my skin tone as much. But the other two I think are stunning. And Wilder, as I said, it was new to me. I hadn't used it before. I wasn't very sure. And I have to say, it is really good. It's very, very nice. As far as powders go, I don't feel it makes me feel cakey. It doesn't make me feel like I'm crepey and my skin is looking really dry or anything like that. So for powders, am I going to rush to buy loads of powders now? Because I'm not a powder kind of girl, let's face it. But will I keep this one and use it up? I imagine this is going to last me a really long time. I imagine I am not going to have to try another loose powder for a long time. But I'm really, really glad that I picked this up. Now, another couple of bits that I've been reaching for recently. Spectrum, their Dark Matter Mascara. Now, I only have this in a mini. That's it there. I spoke about it on my kind of faves and fails type thing, roundup of all the mascaras I'd used in recent years. And I have to say, this is one that just came out of nowhere. I picked this up because I thought, oh well, Spectrum, let's see what you've got. We'll try and do a little full face of Spectrum. And I actually was really impressed with this. I thought it was very, very nice. I was speaking about it over on Instagram as well. I'd done a bit of a wear test, putting it on at maybe 11 in the morning, and then maybe 8 or 9 at night. I was showing that there's very little fall down. There's not no fall down, but there's very little fall down. And I love the fact it's got like a plastic wand on it. I love how it separates and lengthens my lashes. It does give a little bit of volume, but not so much as, it's not like a volumizing mascara. It's definitely more lengthening and separating, and that's kind of what I prefer. So I really enjoy this. I have been using it quite frequently throughout this month. I am still definitely using my Maybelline Sky High because it is just like, we are not worthy. We are not worthy. Alice Cooper, should have done that. And sticking with Spectrum, actually I've been picking up my pinch pots again. As I said, I do have a code with Spectrum if you want to use it. It's on the screen somewhere, it's up to you. I do get a little kickback from it as well, so that would be nice if you do choose to use it. But this is Joyful, and this is one that I've used kind of year-roundly. I feel it's a little bit on par with this because it's that kind of ruddy colour. It's not pink, it's not blue toned, but it's not orangey either. It's definitely like that ruddy colour. It's probably what my own cheeks would go like if I went to run a race of some sort, if I ran races or if I ever went back to the gym. But it's that kind of real ruddy red colour, and I kind of love it for this time of year. I think it's really nice. This is one that I would wear with like no foundation, just a little bit, put it on my fingers. It's really easy to use. And I feel like this one isn't quite as pigmented. It doesn't get away with itself the way that cloud paints can. I'm used to cloud paints, I really like them. But I feel like this is one that's quite easy to, oh, all of a sudden I look like a clown, whereas this one is a little bit more buildable, and the two of them I think are fantastic. Another little palette that I've been using quite a lot through the months of kind of autumn months is this from Natasha Denona. Now, I love my Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. I love it, it's my favourite, and as I've said before, I use it pretty much kind of 9 months of the year. I think it's fantastic. I still think for this time of year, like autumn, fall time, that is perfection because it's got beautiful berry and red and orange tones in it. But usually around about November, December, that kind of gets put away, and then I reach for this one because this is very gold and Christmassy and I really, really enjoy it. But somebody had asked me about the Natasha Denona palettes and whether they were worth the money over on Instagram, and I'd said to them, you know, they do little minis if you just wanted a taster. And when I thought about that, I thought, I have not used this from maybe December last year. So I pulled it out and thought, right, let's do something. And I completely forgot how green and how khaki toned this palette is. It's a beautiful little palette for autumn as well, and I completely forgot about it. I'm actually just going to put a photo here of one that I put up on Instagram showing this palette being super duper khaki green. It looks like it's a gold palette, but actually, see this one in the middle, which is like a gold colour? It has got a duochrome in it that is definitely a green undertone. I don't know if you'll see it there, it'll probably just look gold, let's face it. But it is a real greeny undertone there, and it's so, so nice. And this one here, the matte green, perfection. Again, also can get a discount on these and look fantastic with my code if you fancy it. And lastly, in makeup, I'm going to talk about these from Glisten. Again, Glisten are not new to my channel, I've been talking about them for ages. But these three in particular, I've been reaching for quite a lot. First of all, I'm going to talk about this one. I think I picked this up Black Friday last year. This is such a useful, versatile little liner palette. They're water activated. I usually use Max Fix Plus with mine, but you can use them with any kind of water. You don't need to use a fixing agent. And what I really like about this palette is, obviously it's got the black and the white, so you can deepen things down or lighten things up, make them more pastel, make them deeper. But also, it's got the grey and the two kind of neutral brown colours. So you can really make something that's maybe very, very bright and scary or neon become a neutral very, very quickly with this palette. This is a very good palette to have to change up colours of liners. And if you think like, I really just don't have a liner to match what I'm trying to go for, I bet you could create it using this palette. So another one that I've been reaching for quite a lot is this one, which is a split liner, and it's called Buff, because it's got this beautiful, it's like a orangey but definitely a brown neutral colour, and then it's got this kind of very, very muted coral colour as well, and the two together are gorgeous but separately are absolutely stunning as well. So when you bring this one into play, you can really change up the look of things. And the other day what I done was use Lobster, which is a fucking massively bright red one, you can see it here, and dipped in this, dipped in the brown one, and then used the deeper brown in this shade here just to make it a beautiful like deep red, brown autumn blood red. So I looked a little bit like a vampire that day. I had just dyed my hair again, had blood red liner and berry toned lip, and I thought, some cunt's gonna say to me, Halloween's not till next week, so fuck you. So I have been reaching for these quite a lot as well, and I do thoroughly enjoy the Glisten Cosmetics liners. I spoke about them for ages. They also have the great Chroma Flakes, which I spoke about earlier on in the year. Go and check them out. And lastly, I am just going to round up with this from Commodity. Now, I spoke about Commodity, oh, it must have been February this year, so ages and ages ago, and I picked up this. This is their Exploration Kit. And I kind of was like, I love fragrance, right? I am a sucker for fragrance. But I loved the idea of this because this kit came with all of their fragrances, but what they do is a different scent space. So that means that they have one that's a very mild scent, a kind of medium scent, and a very bold scent. And it means that the first one is very personal to you, only people that are super close to you, giving you a cuddle and stuff like that would smell it. The second one is like, okay, it's got a bit more longevity and you'll smell it around the place, but it's not like you walk into a room and you smell it. And the third one is obviously the one where you walk into a room and people are like, what are you wearing that is gorgeous? So I liked that setup because it gives you an idea. You might really like a fragrance, but you might not like it in the bold. You might like it in one that is more personal and close to you. And I liked the idea of that. So I picked this up earlier in the year after I seen Kelly over at Keep Beauty Real talking about it, and they are now available in the UK as well. So it comes with a booklet telling you exactly what the kind of scent notes are and all of the fragrances, what they smell like, etc. and about the different scent spaces. So you get this kind of explanation kit, you then get a 15% off voucher. So if you wanted to buy one of them in a full size, you can go on to do that. Now I am down to very, very few left in this set. Gold is okay, it's nice, but it's probably just not for me. And milk is the same. I tried that and I wasn't overly enamoured with it. The other ones that I really enjoy in the range are paper and book, which seem kind of similar because books are made of paper, you know. Moss is beautiful as well, but then this one that I've just recently took out and started trying, when I tried the original Velvet, just the in-between fragrance, I was a little bit like, not that bothered. And then I tried the personal one, and again I was like, yeah, it's nice, it's okay, not too bad, there's none left in it. I then tried the bold version of Velvet, and I was like, oh my god, why have I not realised this smells very, very familiar to a certain replica fragrance that I love and adore. Jazz Club is one of them, but By the Fireplace is another one. And this is a little bit of a mixture of the two of them. The bold one, I don't smell it so much in the personal or the kind of normal fragrance, but the bold one, this is where it is at. This one smells so, so nice. I think I am going to end up repurchasing Velvet as my kind of nighttime one. This one is definitely that real umptuous, like, sexy scent. I love it. I think it's so, so nice. But book, paper, and maybe even moss a little bit are much more akin to that of Glossy AU. The kind of everyday, easy go-to, just washed freshly linen, blah, blah, blah. Nothing really fragrance, but still very, very beautiful. So I think I will probably end up getting a kind of daytime one and maybe a nighttime one. I again am holding out to see if Santa wants to bring me something because I don't want to end up with a million fragrances that I don't use. But this one here, Velvet, it's just fucking delicious and I've really been enjoying that this month. And so that is where I'm going to leave it. I'm absolutely astonished that these stayed on for that whole video. That is absolutely amazing. And I will see you all again in the next one. Bye.